Disney gave you the go for this. We want to be involved.
Green Purple has an really crazy bad, awful matchup against Green Steel.
I think the old version of Green Steel was pretty good,
Yeah.
and I think it will find its way again to join the meta.
I think one of the reasons they had to do it was maybe because of the new set.
That I mentioned, I am cooking something with steel and red, and I tried my best with that.
The problem with Emerald was always that it can't catch up really good, so it needs a color that can catch up.
Yeah, how's it going, everyone? My name is Loremeister, and this is the Loremeisters podcast. For today's episode, we have one of the pioneers and master of Emerald Amethyst decks in Disney Lorcana, Julian Hammer, who most of you know as Artabax. Julian is a 35-year-old Lorcana pro player and a content creator who is also a driving instructor during the day. He is from Karlsruhe in South Germany, where he lives with his girlfriend. He has loved TCGs since he was 16 and started with Yu-Gi-Oh, where he was somewhat competitive, participating and winning some minor tournaments. His competitive career started with World of Warcraft TCG, where he finished 99th during the 2007 World Championship in San Diego. After the game shut down around 2010, he stopped playing TCGs until Disney Lorcana was released. He did, however, played some Hearthstone and Magic the Gathering Arena casually. He really found his love again for TCGs when Disney Lorcana came out, where he found his biggest success. He placed first at the Battle Bear release tournament of Into the Inklands in Germany with over 100 participants in it, where the birth of his Emerald Amethyst tempo deck has started. He also placed second twice and third once at Theus, the PAC online tournaments. He finished top 25 Grandmaster in every single Pixelborn ladder season and reached first place at the Hardcore Rank ladder during Season 3. And he won 4 Rockstar Stitch promo and 3 playmats in 6 of the set championships he participated in during set 3. Besides Lorcana, he has been a passionate gamer for all kinds of games since childhood. He's a big Nintendo fan and really loves taking nature hikes as often as possible. How's it going, everyone? My name is Loremeisters, and today we have Artabax here. I'm so excited, and I'm gonna make sure that the record button is pressed right now. The first couple minutes of the interview was not recorded, but we're gonna just do that again. Basically, I just want to know what got you into Lorcana. Like, you played so many card games before from the intro, right? Like what we mentioned. What really got you hooked into Lorcana compared to other card games that you played before?
I quit World of Warcraft TCG like 10 years ago, and it over 10 years ago, I think, and it was shut down, sadly. It was a great TCG, and then I always missed them. I really love them, and I miss them really. And so I got back into some other TCGs, some online TCGs, Hearthstone and MTG Arena, something like that, but nothing too competitive. It was just just for me a little bit. But then Lorcana was announced, and I loved Disney for all of my life and love TCGs, because I think it's really hard to get with Magic, for example. It's hard to get into a TCG to be really competitive that exists like 20 years, because
we're so behind.
Really, it's a really big card pool. I know there are new. They have a rotation but it's hard. And then Lorcana was announced, and I think, a new TCG, and I wanted to try it. And I saw a video how the rules are, and I really liked it. The resource system is the most important thing for me, what I like about Lorcana. And and then I just started it, and it got his way. Then Pixelborn came up, and I played Pixelborn, and then I started streaming, and then was kind of successful, and then it came its way till now. I'm really happy about the game right now.
Yeah. I also want to mention, like, what we were talking about earlier, that like what you said, it's such an easy card game to pick up, but to master it there's so many ways that you can do it too. And also I want to follow up on the PB thing that, like what I said earlier, we were hanging out in Lille. I just wanted to share this story with everyone. And we were with Pavel the whole time. And not once did Pavel gave us a hint that it's shutting down. But, it's fair. Like what I said, he mentioned before from an interview that we did with him that he's gonna shut it down if Ravensburger ever approach him or Disney, and he did. He's a man of his word. He has nothing to hide. I know for sure that he's literally doing this for the community, and yeah, Pixelborn Connect is out, and the webcam games are so much fun. I hope that we can see each other one of these days and play a game in there. That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah. I mean, the Pavel did it really, really good. I mean, the Pixelball Connect is more easy. Webcam games can't get more easy than with Pixelball Connect. I think it's all automatically. The webcams go automatically. You can use your arrows to change your lore, and it's really, really, really easy. And
Yeah.
yeah.
I like that a lot. The hotkeys, the fact that we can change multiple different camera angles as well. That's pretty awesome, especially for streamers like us, right? Like the first version only had like a big screen and then a small screen on the lower left. And I went to Pavel right away. I'm like, we need like a double one, because like there's a lot of us, and that's what's awesome about it too, is that he supports us, and we became friends over this time in Lorcana, and he listens to the feedback, and I told him, we need this as a streamer. We want to promote it because it's an awesome platform. If Disney gave you the go for this, we want to be involved, and I'm just thankful. But other than that, I want to talk to you about what you're known for, right? And you're known as a great Ultra Megatonic player, but a lot of us also look up to you as a green purple player. And the thing is,
it's kind of my identity. Yeah,
I haven't been seeing you with green purple lately. I see you a lot with red purple. That's supposed to be our thing. But no, I'm just kidding. But what happened? How come we don't get to see you a lot on green purple anymore?
Yeah, the problem is the meta. I always want to be, of course, try to be really competitive, and green purple has a really, really crazy bad, awful matchup against green steel, and green steel is everywhere, and that's why I'm afraid that green purple is sadly not in a very good spot. Also, red purple got worse. The matchup got worse because Flimsy's opening is a real problem for green purple. They can only bounce the Flynn, and that's not with Kit or so, but that's not super crazy good. These requests for we have no good answer for big bodies. In the past, red purple was a really good matchup, and now it's good, okayish good, like slightly favored maybe, but not that crazy good that I think, wow, this is the deck why I play green purple anymore. And the most popular decks, red purple and green steel, one is really bad, and red purple is okayish to good, and that's sadly not good enough for me to play green purple right now, although I really love this deck still. And let's see what comes with set 5. And
I was just about to ask that. Yeah. I'm sure you want to revive that deck into a version where you actually enjoy it and you like it, right? I haven't really seen a lot of cards that can improve green purple at the moment, but then again, we haven't seen like 200 plus cards. It's still unrevealed at the time.
I mean, there are some two cards I really want to test. That's one is this Elsa. I don't know if you know.
Oh yes,
she is really good.
Yeah,
she fits really perfect into green purple because Beast, for example, was a problem for green purple, or other sticky characters you can, and she can just
Exert
cancel
it.
the beast,
Yeah.
and cancel it herself. And the other card is no, you're welcome. It's a
You're
green
welcome.
song.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can use it very versatile. You can either shuffle your own deck and draw 2 cards, or it can also remove locations, and it can remove locations, items, and characters. But the player draws 2 cards then. But in the end game, sometimes it doesn't matter too much that your opponent draws cards, like Isma for a little bit.
Yeah.
You can compare. Yeah, yeah. And it's very versatile. I like such versatile. That's 2 cards I want to test,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not super. Yeah, like you said, it's not. But it's not too much revealed yet. It's
Yeah.
I mean, nearly no legendary. Some legendaries are revealed. Yeah, like 4 or so, but there are some cards to be revealed, and
There's one purple
Yeah.
card that I was actually eyeing, and a lot of people don't like it because it's so plain and it's not a song. But in my opinion, with decks like red purple or green purple, especially if green purple high rolls and they take the board and they get so much tempo, the 5 cost card that can draw for 3, maybe like one of the
yeah,
yeah, a one of, that type of tech. It's something that I'm looking to test in the future. But I'm one of those people as well that I can tell that there's potential on some cards, but I will not judge it like, okay, this is gonna be the best card on this set. I wait until it's tested. And then
yeah, that's also I always think, let's be. There are some cards that people said, "Oh, it's so busted." Like I remember, like Super Goof or something. The people say, "Oh, it's busted," but you see Super Goof in nearly no deck.
yeah.
Yes, and
I know what you mean.
And yeah, there were some other, or if the other way, Lucky Dime, for example, it was told that it's trash.
Oh, I'm one of those people.
Yeah, me too. And you can't imagine a blue deck without 2 Lucky Dimes in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to mention as well. I revealed a card today. I don't know if you've seen it already. The new Daisy Duck
Yeah.
for Amber, and I love going fast. I love going fast in games, and I think that card is a great improvement for Amber Amethyst. I play Amber Amethyst a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I think that I'm gonna run that card. What do you think about it? 1/4, 1 cost, 2 lore.
That's everything. I could also imagine in some Amber Steel aggro with wheels also, that the downside with opponents drawing cards is vanished when you wheel or something. That's of course this card is playable, I think, and it's we'll see. I would be really surprised if it's will not see play.
Yeah, same.
And I'm kind of happy because Amber did not get much love in the last sets. I think.
Yeah.
Amber is a little bit.
Yeah, we got Donald Duck. That was it.
Yeah. First set it was really good, and then
it kind of just fell down, right?
Yeah. Like Mufasa and such cards, but not super when I compare to other colors, sadly.
I mean, Atlanta did get first place with
that's true.
Yellow
with
purple.
And, yeah.
But how often could that deck actually perform the way it did on Atlanta? Like sometimes it's just
it's got advantage because nobody knows what this deck is.
Yeah.
And you really didn't know what came the next turn, and that was a big advantage for the deck. But still, it was a really impressive. Wow, crazy. That's crazy.
I remember watching it because we saw each other when you were already going home to back to Germany when we were walking down the street. And we actually went out that night and we stayed till like 3 a.m. in the morning. No one wants to stop because Pavel keeps saying as well that we don't know when this is gonna happen, and Specie is like let's party, let's go, like let's find some clubs, let's find some some bars. And we were at this bar that just so happened that it was open on a Sunday night, because it was Sunday night, so a lot of the bars were closed already, and we were watching it there, and everyone was like, did you guys hear the Ember purple deck that's just popping off? And I'm like, hyper aggro? They're like, no, Mufasa. And I'm like, huh? I'm like, what is this? So we checked it out. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing something like that when set 5 release. I know you're an ultra megatonic deck maker as well. You honed your green purple so well on the previous sets. So I wonder if not only green purple that we're gonna see from you, and I like talking to great players like you about this, because I want to pick your brain and see if you're gonna make something for the next set that's completely off the green purple radar and it's something else. Yeah.
Maybe, yeah, maybe, yeah. I mean, it's always needs a little bit of luck because every deck needs its meta to shine. I mean, if tempo decks have a hard time in the meta, then it's just not working because,
Yeah.
for example, yeah, a green steel just punishes tempo decks now, and that's the problem. And so a deck is not every time good for its own. It depends on the meta. Yeah. Yeah.
That's very true.
Yeah.
So is that like your preferred play style? You would say? Do you if you get to pick which play style you want, or do you want just like a really good deck, or are you like me, like if there's a world where aggro is meta, I'm definitely gonna be an aggro? Or are you more of like a tempo mid-range type of guy? You like flexibility, or do you like control?
Now I would say between aggro and mid range. So this super aggro is also not my thing. Like this, yeah, this old purple yellow is too linear for me, but so like a deck that can be aggressive but can also do something in the end game. A versatile deck is always something. But the true control thing is not. I think I can play it, but it's not that I really
You don't enjoy it.
Yeah. And because in the weekend I did one crazy mirror match red purple. It's not fun for me. Sometimes it gets so grindy, and then when both players have 3 rabbits and then both have 11 cards in their hand, it's
not very fun.
Annoying for me. No, it's not annoying for me.
I feel the same way.
I mean it's very skillful. It's very skillful. You have to think a lot. You can do very often misplays and something, but yeah, it's exhausting and yeah.
Yeah. It's
I also like it when
fun.
the games are over faster and not. In the past, I was really afraid of getting to time in every round, but with 2-game format, it's a little bit. That problem is at least gone.
Yeah.
Although it has other downsides, but that's a big topic. But yeah, and I really like between aggro and mid range. I would say is my preferred playstyle, and that's where tempo decks. You could say tempo decks are that's between aggro and mid range.
Yeah, you can go fast if you have to. You can go very controlly and defensive if you have to. A lot of the great players that I have spoken to in the past and just met from other card games, it's also their preferred archetype. Really, it's like somewhere either mid range or in between mid range and aggro, because flexibility is a nice thing. It's like what you said. Hyper aggro is so linear, right? Like there's only one way to really play it. It's you have to go fast. We cannot reach turn 7 or more because my chances as an aggro player goes really low. I do, however, like that adrenaline that I feel when I play super aggro, and I like the pressure that I put my opponent on. And look at them.
That's a cool feeling. Yeah. But also what I don't like about it is that you sweat about every matchup you get, because if you get one Steel Zone, you think, oh my gosh.
And I know exactly what you mean.
I think red purple and green purple had this kind of I mean, with red purple, I mean, green steel is hard, but there's no matchup you really think, okay, I can just
Yeah.
surrender.
And it's
You
just so
can beat
unfun,
everything.
right?
Yeah, green
Yeah.
steel is unfun, but there's no real matchup you just can't play. And that's a good thing about red purple. You can play against everything
Yeah.
and win against everything, but you can also lose against everything. So it's kind of the middle of the thing.
Yeah.
Um,
Speaking of
yeah.
green steel, I want to get into this hot topic that everyone has talked about already. But for those
Yeah.
who haven't like really like go into social media to check out all this Bucky stuff, I want to get into that. I said today I lost twice. My only two lose today was from green steel, and it wasn't very fun because they high rolled with one of the matches was 3 Buckies, 2 Diablos. The other one was 2 Diablo and 2 Buckies. I said that on August 9th, I'm gonna order a cake with Bucky's face on it, but instead of eating it, we smash it. We smash it on the ground. You know? So what do you think about what they did? Go ahead.
Really hard to. Yeah. It's really hard to get not tilted by this. It's really hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they did it. I think they also explained it, and I think they did it not just for the competitive scene. I think also for the casual scene.
Yeah.
More because yeah, I think we competitive players find maybe a way to win against Bucky if we play it perfectly and play out perfectly. But if you are a casual player and you go to your local game store and there's a Bucky and you don't know how to play against it, you get crushed by it every time, and think that's a very unfun experience for casual players, because to lose against a casual player that loses against a red purple feels way more fair than against Bucky, because imagine you play just a one drop and they started with Diablo and then they play Bucky, Diablo, shift Storm Rage on, then
you only have a few cards left in your hand and no board.
You know what I did just play a one drop and they killed my board and had a 3 drop on the board and the Bucky, and it's just over in turn 2, and that's really, I think that's also address the goal is to get more fun with the game. And I think we all think about the competitive and is Bucky too strong or not, but I think it's not exactly that question, is Bucky too strong or not. So it's the game fun. That's for Ravensburg a real big thing, because the game must be fun to continue it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we stop playing it. It's obvious.
Exactly. It's exactly what you said. It's the fun factor. I don't think Bucky is the strongest card in the game, because if they don't draw Bucky, that deck is very. It's all right, but with Bucky and then Diablo, it becomes too much, and it's not fun playing against an opponent where you actually don't get to play. You don't get to play. You top deck. When you top deck, do I ink? Do I have enough ink for Be Prepared? Do I have enough ink to do this? Well, this is a great card, but if I play it right now, I'm not going to be able to play the other cards in my deck. And what do you think about the decision though that they took?
I talked with one of the I know someone of the producer team, and he said they didn't want to ban it because they want to, I think they want to release it in other language or something in the future, and then you get a card that is not playable, is not good to pull out of a booster, to pull out a card that you are not allowed to play is. And then they chose the errata, but I didn't understand the errata. I mean, that's way overloaded. I mean, they could, one of these 3 things they changed was enough to kill Bucky, and they chose to.
I think taking off the ward would have been fine.
I mean, one for the the ward would be enough, or even the 3, if it 3 cost, maybe it was would still be maybe playable if it's three. I think not. It's too slow, maybe. But
Yeah.
yeah, it would be enough. But I don't know why they did. I think one of the reasons they had to do it was maybe because of the new set. I mean, if they get another two good Floodborns, then wow, then
Yeah.
yeah.
Because the 3-cost
Then,
Floodborns are possible now.
yeah, imagine something like Diablo again, and then yeah, then this is
Please.
yeah,
Please.
yeah,
well, now actually, if they do drop another 3-cost that's kind of like Diablo or Aladdin or any of this 3-costs, it's not as scary anymore as long as they don't make the same mistake of printing a 2-cost or a 1-cost card that basically have an ultra megatonic synergy with a Floodborn on turn 3, because that would be just too much.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also for me personally, I'm really happy about it because I think that's the way to bring my green purple back. Because Bucky was his worst enemy. But yeah, I think I feel some people who played Bucky and they yeah their deck is destroyed now. I mean,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, yeah.
But I think though that we haven't fully explored Green Steel this set because Bucky
Yeah.
came out. But I think the old version of Green Steel was pretty good.
Yeah.
And I think it will find its way again to join the meta.
Yeah, I think too. Yeah, I mean, there will be only one tournament, I think, that will have this meta. I think it's only Toronto that will have the no Bucky, no set 5 meta.
Yeah.
So let's see what's would
Yeah.
be really
That's actually
really
a weird
exciting.
tournament, no?
Yeah. I could see like 60% red purple there or something. I don't know. That's what I expect there. But maybe it wins something really aggro because aggro is really good against red purple right now.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's crazy. We'll see.
Yeah, I made a video of it because like I'm a big fan of like Amber Amethyst, and I literally said that this is the counter to meta. But in the video, I also mentioned that this loses to Green Steel. But other than that, aggro is so good. Red purple.
Yeah.
And blue red.
Because the red purpleists get greedy like nothing. They play only 4 1-drops and 4 2-drops right now, and if they miss one of these, then they will have a hard time against aggro, and they get more greedy because they have to tech for the other matchups that exist in the meta right now, and therefore the early game is not needed.
Because people are getting off red blue, so there's no need for 8 1-drops anymore. I can't, however, pull myself away from 8 1-drops. I just can't.
I know. And I can't myself. I just wanted to. I did it never. I did it not in Bochum. I did it because I just refused to do it. And this time in the set championship yesterday, I thought, okay, I will just try it once with only 4 1-drops, and I went 14-1 games. It's
so
crazy.
Impressive.
Yeah, I don't know. It feels bad, but it wins. I don't know how to say it. I'm always afraid to have no 1-drop in my opening hand, but somehow I won my games. I don't know. It's
just perfect for the meta, like what you said.
Yeah, but it's not my. I never played less than 8 1-drops in my Lorcana career.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, especially you said you like mid-range but fast mid-range, with a lot of aggro aspects to it, and having just 4. I did it on my last set champs, and the thing is, I've been playing with 8 1-drops, and like you, I like going fast as well. That I teched at the very last day before set champs, and that's always not a good thing. I went for the 4 1-drops, and I couldn't pull it off. Because I wasn't enjoying.
I mean, I got lucky yesterday as well because it's really likely to brick sometimes. But I was impressed by the Bochum finals. I know that's something that impresses me because both were just on 4-1 drops,
Yeah.
and I thought, okay, must be good, even though I don't feel it, must be good somehow because yeah, otherwise they wouldn't reach the final spot. It's obvious.
Exactly.
So yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was a pretty
But
interesting one.
it's interesting. Yeah, it's interesting. Hard to say.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna do some fun segments before we keep talking about the Lorcana here. We want to get to know you a little bit more and your side of things that you like in Lorcana. So let's start with. This is a little bit funny because we just talk about Buck, and I do this segment with everyone. It's called the Ban the Card segment. So,
Okay.
So
Yeah.
here's the rules. I will say a name of an ink, and you get to pick one card there. Now you only have 10 seconds to answer this, but we can discuss it after we're done with the whole like 6 inks. We can discuss all your answers afterward. But remember, you only have 10 seconds to ban a card. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Here's our ban the card segment, and the very first one, of course, Amber. 10 seconds.
One cost Cinderella.
One cost Cinderella. Okay. Number 2, Amethyst. 10 seconds.
Rabbit.
Rabbit. Number 3, Emerald. You can't say Bucky anymore.
3-drop Ursula. 2-drop Ursula. 2-drop Ursula.
2-drop Ursula. Number 4, Ruby.
Maui.
Oh, that's a really good one. 5, Sapphire.
Yeah, I have to go. I think you shouldn't, but Hiram. Hiram, I have to say Hiram.
Number 6, Steel.
A whole new world.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, those are some fair answers, and I can see your hesitation with Hiram Flaversham as well, because the thing is, like, if you kill that card, then
Yeah,
that deck is
Sapphire
fully
not
dead.
Unplayable. Yeah, it's. I think you shouldn't ban it because Sapphire is then
Gone.
I mean, the complete color is gone. Then I think, and that's not. I think nothing we should. You could also errata it a little bit, like make him less willpower or something.
Yeah.
But completely ban is not an option. I think should not be an option.
Yeah, I totally agree. Until we get a different thing to maybe replace it, but then again, at that point, might as well just errata the card and give it like a 1/5 body or a 1/4 body, and I think that would be that would be enough. Amber was pretty interesting though. Cinderella.
Yeah, it's the most unfair thing. I mean, the one cost Cinderella start kills Acrodex, and I think it's unfun to play against it. Especially in the mirror match, it feels like who starts with Cinderella wins the game, and that's
yeah.
It's. I mean, you could also say Rapunzel, but I think Cinderella is more unfair for me. I mean, so Cinderella Stone Age Onstart is just crazy. It's the one thing I was in last set afraid of with Green Purple. The most thing I was afraid of was Cinderella Stone Age Onstart is impossible to return from.
Yeah.
Nearly, and that's just turn 2.
Yeah.
So so I think.
And then turn 2, they might do it again.
Yeah, exactly. And then they sing it for free and then play a 2-drop, and it's nearly over then. And then Cinderella sticks still on the board.
Yeah.
And I think she's the most powerful Amber card. But I'm not a Steel Song player, but I saw so many lists that cut her, and I think, wow.
Yeah, I was playing Bivens list, and it only has 2.
Yeah. I thought. I mean, no frontal Bivens. He's the crazy mastermind.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing, but I'm so surprised that people cut her.
Yeah. I know exactly what you mean.
If Bivens does it, then I think, okay, that must be a reason.
I'll tell you one thing though against Cinderella. Daisy Duck.
Yeah?
It can't kill Daisy Duck.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It's gonna
But
take.
Kid can bounce it.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. But then again, at turn 2, I will play 2 more, so I have 3 on the board.
Okay. I'm dead.
Yeah, Maui though, I do agree with Maui. I think Maui is one of the strongest cards in the game right now. That it prevents a lot of cards being played as well. I think the card is just overstated. It's just
It's overstated. It would be more fair if it would be uninkable.
mm-hmm.
I think so. You have a real decision. There is really nearly no decision making when building a deck with red to not play for
Yeah.
Maoris. That's always a bad sign for a card. But yeah, I think without Maui, Ruby would maybe also too weak.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's super strong. Yeah,
I think a 4 or 5
yeah.
Maui would have been
yeah, like
nice.
this.
Yeah. But we'll see in the future how they're gonna do that. I like your answer though on Emerald. The two cost Ursula. I think that's pretty fair. I was expecting you to say Diablo actually, but
no. Diablo is not even, especially when Bucky is gone. I'm really surprised if Diablo would see really much play, because all people, I told it for a long time now, and now the people are following me that they cut the Diablos from the green purple list because it's too slow. It's just too slow. It's a complete different thing if you Bucky shift it, or if you just play throw 3, does nothing in this turn.
Yeah.
And then next turn you quest with it, and then it draws you 1 card, and it's so slow for a tempo deck. That's really not good. And I think it's
and there's a lot of answers.
Itself, it's a lot of answers, and as a card for itself, uninkable, he will not see super much play. I'm really confident when I say that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I would expect. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think he's not that strong. That when you see this opening in the Bucky decks, then you think, okay, this card is unbeatable. But
yeah,
it's beatable. If you see it without a Bucky trigger on turn 3, it's something completely different than when
it's a whole different card without Bucky on it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know about like completely gone. Maybe some decks will
completely
still
gone is too much. Yeah, completely gone is too much.
Yeah.
It's there will be decks that play him
because it's still nice for green to have a card that it's conditional draw, but it requires an answer right away. It's just nice that Emerald has a reliable draw, because other than Diablo, Emerald doesn't have any draw.
The problem with Emerald was always that it can't catch up really good, so it needs a color that can catch up, because Diablo is a negative tempo play. It's a 2/2 for 3. That's nothing you can contest board with. Yeah. So you need another color that can catch up with the board, and that's only steel and red. And green-red was not very. Green-red is not.
Not the best at the moment.
No. Yeah. And green steel is good, but green purple, you have to be careful if you play Diablo. You have, with green purple was always the problem, when you are behind on board, you can't come back. And if you play one drop Merfolk, 2 drop Flynn, and 3 drop Diablo, you have no board, no board. There's no also one 3 cost Sisu, red Sisu is a problem for you then, because she just quests for eternity and contests board with all of your characters. So you have to be careful to don't get too greedy with drawing cards in color combinations that don't have good catch-up mechanisms.
Yeah, but plus here's the thing too with green purple, right? we already have so much draws.
Yeah,
We have rabbits,
yeah.
we have friends, like,
Yeah,
and the thing about those two is it doesn't make you fall behind tempo.
Yeah,
Because
that's true.
you play
Yeah.
rabbit, it's something that you would want to bounce with a fox to grab
Yeah.
the board again, and you gain benefit from it. The thing about
Yeah.
Diablo, it's not something you want to bounce with the fox. When Diablo is there, you want Diablo to stay there because it's gonna keep getting value from you. Once you bounce it, you have to play it again, and it takes another turn before
Yeah,
it gains value again.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's too small. Yep. All right. I think we covered it all. We talked about Sapphire, a whole new world. We can talk about that if you would like, but there's nothing much to talk
Amethyst.
about it.
We didn't talk
Honestly.
about Amethyst. I think.
Oh,
we
yeah.
didn't talk about
Rabbit.
I think
Yeah.
if there's one card in the game I would ban it is really Rabbit, because I think it's an unfair card for me. It's too strong. It's too strong for me. The
Yeah.
problem is with such cards for me is the mirror match feels so unfair.
Yeah.
It's just often who draws more rabbits in the game, and that's not a good experience.
Yeah.
And that shouldn't be. But also, if you ban rabbit, the same thing. If you ban rabbit, then
Yeah.
Amethyst is
It might feel a little too weak.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's the same with every color. So you could ban the best card of each color, and the game would be fair again, maybe. But yeah, I think it's fine now. Wheel, yeah, like you said, is always a card. I think the game needs such a card like Whole New World to
Yeah.
be how can I say, diverse.
Mhm.
Because it's the only answer to cards like rabbits that get infinite value, card draw value,
Yeah.
and yeah.
Because when I play against Wheel, I don't play my rabbits. I play goat instead.
Yeah.
When on turn 4, or if there's a better choice, but most of the time at turn 4 I would just play a goat, or I would play a Sisu plus a 1-drop to add more pressure on the board, because it doesn't do anything against Wheel. But I totally get you on that. Last set champs that I did, my opponent drew 4 rabbits and 3 friends, and I drew 2 rabbits, and I lost that game. I still managed to make it a close game, but I still lost it. The second game, my opponent drew 3 rabbits and like 3 friends, and I drew no rabbits, and I drew a Maleficent, and I was on the play as well on the second game, and that just felt so bad.
Yeah.
So
that's a problem. I think that's a little bit problematic.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And I even mulligan
it's-
for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah.
We're gonna go into another segment here. This one is 10 seconds as well. It's your favorite card segment. So I'm gonna give like a topic, and then you say like your favorite card on that. There's only 5 questions, and it's 10 seconds each. So the very first one is your favorite character to play.
Pascal.
Rabbit. I thought you were gonna say rabbit.
No, Pascal.
Pascal.
I have to say Pascal.
Number 2, favorite character art.
Rafiki, 1-cost Rafiki. Yeah.
Yes, I do love that 1-cost Rafiki. Yeah. Number 3, favorite enchanted card.
Arthur.
Arthur. Nice.
Yeah, Arthur. Set 2. Arthur. Yeah.
Number 4, favorite song card. Whether to play or you just love the song, it doesn't really matter what the reasoning behind it.
I say You're Welcome for now because it's not released yet, and I love to play it. I would like to play it.
Yeah, you're welcome. Number 5, favorite item.
The medallion weights.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I know exactly what you're talking about. The 2-cost ruby card, the +2.
I won my C tournament with that. It's crazy. that wins you the whole games. That card, that's crazy.
It's just so much value. You get +2 and you get a
Yeah,
draw per
that's
thing. Yeah.
that's crazy.
I remember talking to you about this as well during Lille, that I mentioned I am cooking something with steel and red, and I tried my best with that. The problem with steel and red is just there's really no card draw. Like everything is how do I say
Conditional.
it? Conditional. Yeah. Yeah. That
Beast is conditional, and medallion rates are conditional, and there's no reliable card draw. That's the problem, yeah.
yeah.
Except wheel, maybe, if you can say that.
Yeah, but then again, unlike Steel Song, you have a way to find wheel much easier, and you have alternatives as well when it comes to draws. But I've been cooking with Ruby Steel for so long, and the thing that I've realized is those two colors are probably the strongest colors when it comes to controlling the board or tempo.
Yeah.
But the problem is it lacks draw, and I've mentioned this before. Once those two colors get a reliable draw, that's gonna join the meta 100%.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it needs something like Rabbit or Hiram. What's really 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 crazy good. But then then that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you, going into set 5, is there any titles or certain characters that you haven't seen yet from Disney Lorcana, or just specific cards or mechanics that you would want to see with Disney Lorcana?
I would like to see more of. I really love the Wrecking Ralph film.
Yeah.
And I'm hyped that Vanellope gets some cards now. I don't know if you know her.
Yeah. I love Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah.
I'm totally behind you with that. I love Wreck-It Ralph.
I hope she gets some really good cards as well, because I would like to play with her. And Tarzan, I don't know if they didn't get the rights or something
Yes.
for it.
I've been saying this in set 2.
Yeah.
Where's Tarzan?
Yeah, sad. And also Jungle Book got not that much. I mean, there's no Mowgli, no the snake, the car. I think there's no card for it.
Yeah. Wait. Isn't the snake from Sir Hiss? Isn't that?
No, that's not.
Oh no, that's not from it.
That's not this. That's.
Oh, I know
from
exactly what you're
Peter
talking
Pan.
about
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
Yeah. These with the eyes, she makes confusing snake.
Hypnotize.
Hypnotize. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hypnotize. This song is from.
No,
from
Hypnotize is actually from Tiana, from
Really?
The Princess and the Frog, because when Disney Lorcana came out, and every set I got to watch more and more movies in Disney Plus, and Hypnotize was actually during the Mama Odie
okay.
scene.
But because I thought there is the snake printed on it, but I don't know.
Yeah, remember when they were inside? Have you seen Princess and the Frog?
No, sadly not.
Okay.
Yeah. But I trust you.
Yeah, so when they were in the Mama Odie's hut in the scene, that's when Hypnotize happened.
Okay.
Like that exact like picture actually like happened. I'm
okay.
oh, I'm like, that's Hypnotize.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. It's a pretty cool card. I do like your mention with the Tarzan. I've been talking about it since set 2. Where's Tarzan? And I think you're right, because like they didn't get the rights for, I believe, Bambi as well, and it makes sense that they didn't get the rights for Tarzan too, because a few years ago there was an IRL Tarzan movie, like a live action Tarzan movie. I don't know if you've seen that. It's a pretty savage like version of Tarzan. Yeah, it's actually pretty dark like story for Tarzan compared to the other Tarzans that we watch from Disney. But yeah, I really hope that someday they will get all the license for these titles and we get to see them in Lorcana. Well,
And Master Yoda, of course.
well, while we're at it, why not bring the other characters in Wreck-It Ralph as well? There's so many cool characters in Wreck-It Ralph.
True.
Yeah,
That's
if they can
true,
get the right for that movie, I'm sure they can get the right for Lorcana. I hope you're listening, Disney. Yeah, that would be really cool. You played a lot of card games back in the past. I wanted to ask you, is there any certain mechanics on those card games that you want to see them bring into Lorcana?
World of Warcraft TCG was very similar. Not very similar, but kind of similar. But there existed like reservists. I don't know if that could be implemented in Lorcana. Reservists were you were also putting your cards from your hand into the ink, you can say.
Yeah.
And then there were some cards you could play from the ink for the day. But I think it's maybe too hard to implement because you have to remember then where you put them. I think it's maybe it's not working.
Mufasa kind of does that. A little bit. Just a tiny
little bit. Yeah, a little bit, yeah. But it has to be random, I think, with Mufasa. That's a crazy good card. Oh my god.
I know.
I'm afraid of this card. Because I'm no Sapphire player. That's strong.
Yeah.
4 lore and
I know for sure that the first month of Disney Lorcana, that Sapphire has this history of becoming the most famous deck or one of the most famous deck on the first month or month and a half, and then it kind of just goes away. Like what's happening with Red Blue? That happened the set before. Yeah. That happened the set before that. With all these item stuff. But I feel like when Mufasa comes out, that's our chance as green purple to go super fast. The aggro part of it. And also Amber Amethyst, that's like the spot that we gotta juice. We gotta punish all these people. You want to ramp? You want to really have a cool interaction with your Mufasa, with Dime and Tamatoa? You gotta be kidding me. These are super expensive cards. I'm not gonna let you do that. No way.
Yeah. You're playing Fishbowl turn 3 and do nothing else? Okay.
Yeah. Here's 3 Merfolks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this, yeah.
That's exactly a world that I want to see. Well, it's been 15 minutes. We're gonna go here for a few more, possibly 5 to 10 more minutes. But I wanted to ask you. So, what's the future of Artabax now? We know that you're streaming. We know that you make YouTube videos as well. With competitivity, I know for sure that you love competition. Are you planning to attend the next 2 DLCs here in Europe? We have Bologna and we have Birmingham. I got tickets for Birmingham, by the way. I hope you really go there because I want to see you again and have a good time. But
I think, Bologna I will be, of course. And Birmingham, I don't know exactly, but I want to go, but I have to be to get free there from work. But I think there are still tickets up. So
I'm so surprised.
Yeah, but I think even in Bologna there are still tickets. So I think in Birmingham there will, maybe because it's an island, it's maybe even more complicated for the people to get there. So
that's true, and UK is expensive.
Yeah. So I expect it that the tickets are not sold out in the first day, because even in Bologna it was not sold out the first day. So I thought Birmingham wouldn't be as well. So I think I will try my best to get there.
Well, if you don't get to go there, I mean, you still get to save your money. And if you pass on Bologna, which I wish you will get the top 16, so you get the invite because you deserve it. You're an Ultra Megatonic player. But in case you don't get that, there's also the Continentals, and we still have day 0 for Continentals, which is nice. That if you end up not going to, like what I said, Birmingham, you can use that money for Continentals or even skip well, I know you're competitive, so I'm pretty sure that you'd rather skip Worlds than skip Continentals and have a chance to go to Worlds, right? That makes a lot more sense for Artabax.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it was really disappointing in Bochum. I got 5 buckies, and that was really. I
Oh,
got high rolled. I got high rolled really much, and but it's not. It's no excuse. I'm. I know I can maybe do it, but it's really hard. Even if you're one of the best players in the room with 2,000 people, then it's
yeah.
hard to.
Anything can happen at the end of the day with a card game.
I always try to expect not that much, but yeah, it's hard if you are there and then you drove that many hours and then
Yeah.
you get high roll the first 2 games, you are just tilted a bit.
Yeah.
But
Self control is such a big part of competition.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a card game, you know. It's no chess or something. You know you can win, you know you can lose. It's not only 100% skill based.
Yeah.
It's matchup based. It's draw. There's so many variants in the game that
Yeah.
yeah,
Your draw
nobody can
plus
beat
your
you.
opponent's draw, the whole
Yeah,
RNG part of it. And of course, you can minimize that. There's a lot of ways to minimize that. But at the end of the
yeah,
day, if you like one of my experiences from the set champs as well, I was supposed to go to top. Well, I had a chance to go to top 8. It was 1-1 between me and the blue red player, and all I needed was to finish the game. I had a strong start, one cost, with Flynn into a Sisu into a castle. That's what we need to win the game, right? And then from there, I drew 4 Be Prepareds.
oh god.
And I was at 18, 19 lore. And they got to finish me off because I had nothing else to play. It was it was just so heartbreaking, and it's so hard not to tilt, right? When that happened.
It's hard. It's hard to,
Yeah.
especially when you're someone who trains much and really wants to compete there, and yeah,
Yeah.
that's the life.
I also needed that experience, honestly, because like after Lille, I know Lille was not my greatest performance. I came back from basically tending to my wife and my baby with no practice at all, and I went to a big giant event. But I still managed not to lose
Yeah,
with
you're
8
undefeated.
draws.
I remember. Yeah.
1 win, 8 draws. But I wasn't upset with myself at the time because I knew exactly what happened, not being able to practice and all that. But I did my best. After that, everything else has gone well. All the local tournaments, I've been getting first, second, or third, and then the set champs happened on London. I got third. It's not a win, but still enough to get an Ursula. And then the next day on the card show, I got the mat, the convention mat. I got first place on that. So it was like after Lille, it was like a whole month and a half of just winning, that I'm starting to forget the idea or the feeling of losing. And when I lost, I was just shattered.
I know what you mean. I know exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know that you've been on that boat as well, because like what I said, you're an ultra megatonic player. I'm kind of panicking myself on the back here saying that, Earl, you're an ultra megatonic player as well.
Yeah, you are.
But the feeling of like just like losing once you forget it is shattering. And I went home and my wife knew something was wrong, and she gave me a hug, like tried to get my mind off of it. And then you get grounded, and then you're like, okay, now I gotta try harder because I'm not gonna let that break me, right?
Yeah. I know what you mean. But the best way is maybe to realize that you have it not always in your own hands, and just try your best and look what's coming out of it.
Yeah. Stay humble, stay grounded, and pretend that you're playing Artabax every single match. It doesn't matter who you're facing. You gotta pretend that it's a top player, even if they're playing funny decks.
Really.
You gotta still do it. Yeah. Well, I just want to say a big thanks. Unless if you want to say something else after this, it's totally fine. But I want to say a big thanks for accepting the invite, and in such short notice we got to set up this interview. I know that it takes time from you, so I really appreciate you coming over here. I've been wanting to do this for a while. Like what I said, family, being a new dad, it took some time to get together, but thank you so much for being
Thanks
here.
for having me. It's just a big honor for me to be in your channel. So thank you very much. And I was happy to be here.
Nice.
So thank you.
Yeah. Is there something you want to tell our audience before we get off?
No, just if you want to reach out to me, I'm coaching as well. If you want, you can just write me on Discord. We have our own podcast now running, Lorcana Decklist, Harlan Sweet and me. So check out
yes.
channels.
So all these things will be on the link below, guys. On the description, all the links. Follow Artabax. Follow everything that he does. It's gonna be down there.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, and Twitch and Twitter and support helps, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. I always do that for my guests anyways. I meant more when you want. Is there anything else you want to tell the audience? Maybe some future plans from the stream or the videos, or anything spicy that you're cooking behind the scene?
If there is something, I can't talk about it, but
so there is something.
I want something to say. If you are, I always have to say myself, if you are losing 3 games in a row, that's just we talked about. It happens to me too, and it happens to Loremeisters too. So don't get tilted. Don't get you're a bad player. I always, if I lose 3 in a row, I think, oh, I'm a bad player. I shouldn't continue. And oh my gosh, what's in my head sometimes. But it happens to every one of us. It happens to really everyone. So don't just be confident and stay strong and keep going. So that's the way you get better.
Keep doing your best.
Really good.
Yeah. All right. Well, I just want to say thanks to everyone who tunes in to the show all the time. I appreciate you all, and I hope you guys enjoyed this Ultra Megatonic episode with an Ultra Megatonic player. And for those people who doesn't like the Ultra Megatonic word, I'm very sorry, but I'm gonna keep saying it anyways. Other than that, thank you guys so much for tuning in this week, and I'll see you guys on the next episode. Thanks, Artabax.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.